Welcome back to another episode of The Point of Disorder. I'm Adrienne.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Gina.
Well, everyone, we've been away for a minute, and if you need to catch up with us, you can follow us on social media at Point of Disorder on any platform. We'll also have a link in the description for you to find us. So don't forget to like, review, share, and tell all your friends. But like I said, we were gone last week, away for a minute. It was actually really super helpful for my mental health. I'm not going to lie, not having to be up on all the latest bullshit. So when I come back and you guys make me start looking at interviews again, I'm kind of reminded how horrible everything is.
Welcome back to reality.
Thanks. Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
I sent you guys the Mehdi Hasan clip. So for those who don't know, he's a British American journalist, really popular guy on all the social media platforms. And he went on Jubilee Media's like YouTube, where they kind of sit in the round, right? And it's somebody doing rapid fire mini debates with one person after another. And Mehdi got up there and he was debating with people, one young gentleman in particular named Connor, who was just like, I'm a fucking fascist and I love it.
He just came out and was like all in on fascism.
Fly. And honestly, I don't think he could correctly define the word fascism. And he was kind of also saying at the same time, like, oh, it's like how Catholics want I don't know. He was saying that we should rule the way Catholics do. It was very strange. I couldn't quite put my finger on what the fuck he was talking about.
So didn't it turn out that guy Connor, he's actually actually has quite a big following on social media himself.
Like a doughy white guy.
Yeah, and no one knew what his name was. So he has this presence, obviously on social media, his own YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And I think he's now lost his job.
He did.
He's just lost his job.
The funny thing about that is he's proclaiming his, fascist chops, and then he loses his job and immediately puts out a GoFundMe. So hence turning himself into a socialist by taking community funds to help him in his time of need.
And fund his fascism.
Gina, he's just pulling himself up by his bootstraps. You need to understand that. But I think part of that actual conversation that Connor had with Mehdi, basically Mehdi said to him, so you're a fascist? And he said, yes, I am. And then everyone in the room clapped. And Mehdi basically said, I have to look around and see who clapped to that. So it was basically out of the 20 people in the room, probably half of them actually clapped. So it was really fucking confronting to find out that so many...
It didn't surprise me, Julie. I feel like because we've been kind of behind enemy lines, I'll call it, so frequently, I was not shocked to see, okay, when you put people in an environment where they have like-minded individuals and they're comfortable, that they actually tell the truth about who they are and what they're thinking. So I'm not shocked to see people clapping for what's happening right now, because unfortunately, I think probably about 30% of our country is really enjoying the fascism.
They are. They are going to follow that that they're going to follow that thread all the way.
Yeah.
I want to add on to that to say, our education system has been disinvested in for years. So people do not understand what the basic terms of what fascism actually is.
Yeah.
Because they just don't fucking know. They don't have the education to know.
But this dude was talking literally about, he had a deep understanding of, the history of, Germany and Nazi and all
So
this
he's a
sort
white
of stuff.
supremacist Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a deep understanding, and he was explaining it, and everyone's like, clap, clap, clap. So, I mean, I get it. I do, but I suppose I always hoped, and, we've been to so many Trump rallies, and I've always thought, this is just a cult. These
people are misguided people.
Yeah, these are just people aren't, I don't want to say they're not smart enough, but they haven't really, been...
They're not critically thinking.
Correct. So they're just following this guy. He dresses funny. They dress funny. It's fun, right?
Right.
So that was kind of what I was hoping.
Yeah,
it was a bit
in a way, it's like going to the circus.
Yeah, well,
and then seeing your ringleader.
Correct, and then finding out that the fucking ringleader and the circus is full of fascists. So
Right.
Anyway,
Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start calling it what it is, if you change the term to Nazism and you're a Nazi, you're not going to be standing up there clapping, going, "Yeah, I'm a Nazi." Like, no, that's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I think there's been all kinds of weird interviews the last few weeks you guys keep sending. One of my favorites, though, and I just have to add, as a personal aside, when you sent the Hunter Biden interview over, like, I was just weirdly turned on, like, the whole time. And then you're like, maybe you should date Hunter Biden. And I was thinking about it for a second there. I was like, maybe I should.
I think you should. How can a date with him be any worse than any of the other fucking momos you've been going out with?
I went on a date recently where a guy was talking over me, and while he was doing so, was spitting at me.
Spitting
I literally got
accidentally?
spit on my face from this person
I hope
talking
it
to
wasn't
me.
like food chunks.
There were food chunks.
Oh,
he was
no.
also
Gross.
talking and eating, like, at the same time. So yeah, Hunter Biden and, like, you know, bring the crack.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
he was
like,
the interview was so long. He has stamina. 3-hour interview, so you know that about him, Adrienne.
I think it was the F-bombs. I think I just felt very at home and very seen with all the F-bombs that he was dropping.
And wasn't he sharing in it, like, you know, how to make crack, basically? Like he did like a you know, a home.
He did. Well, they asked him, and he was kind of giving the ins and outs. It was a very prolific interview. They touched upon everything. But I'm going to play my favorite part for you guys, okay?
Yes.
We sit here and we talk about the one guy because there's a clear legal path to being able to get him back. What about all those other people? Am I not supposed to feel for someone? Am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigration? Fuck you. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your fucking table? Who do you think washes your dishes? Who do you think does your fucking garden?
This is the
Who do
part
you
that
think
turned you
is
on?
here
I was really here for it.
Sheer fucking just grit and will that they figured out a way to get here because they thought that they could give themselves and their family a better chance. And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the fucking criminals. White men in America are 45 more times likely to commit a fucking violent crime than an immigrant. And the media says, well, you got David Axelrod and, you know, Rahm fucking Emanuel. So fucking smart, Rahm Emanuel. And said, we got to understand that these people are really mad. And we got to appeal to these white voters. Rahm, the only people that fucking appealed to those fucking white voters was Joe Biden, 81 years old. And he got 81 million votes, and he did not because he appeased their fucking Trumpian sense, but because he challenged it. And he said, you can be an 81-year-old Catholic from fucking Scranton that doesn't understand it, but still has empathy for transgender people and immigrants. Then nobody said, oh, Joe Biden's going to turn us into a socialist state, no matter how much they said it. But these guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, fuck you. How are we getting those people back from fucking El Salvador? Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now,
And this part
or 3
turned Jesse
years
Waters
from now,
on.
I would pick up the phone and call the fucking president of El Salvador and say, you either fucking send them back or I'm going to fucking invade. It's a fucking crime. But
I think we found somebody who curses more than we do,
I
Julie.
think we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's getting there. He was pretty good.
He needs a podcast too.
That's what you know what? They're really looking for the Joe Rogan of the left. I think Hunter Biden just stepped into that role.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and according to Jesse Waters on Fox News, who replayed some of the clips as well, it was like, this is the macho they need to see. I swear, Jesse was sweating this guy.
Yeah.
This is the macho. This is the energy this is Dark Brandon 2.0.
This is fucking Dark Brandon and it's Hunter fucking Biden.
So I'm all in. I thought he was fantastic. I loved his passion, his energy. I do come on, let's not defend. Like, we all know that Joe Biden was never going to
He gave me like the most compelling reason to actually like get on a Joe Biden train again. I was like, yeah, Hunter, if you'd been out like dropping F-bombs on the campaign trail for your dad, Oh, yeah, I'd be
say
all about it.
Hunter Biden 2028.
I was going to say, maybe Hunter Biden, Joe was not going to cut it for us. So, yeah, that was my only thing. And also,
if he can stay off the crack, I'm down. No.
I mean, we have Trump in office. Like, why not Hunter Biden? Like, this is the bar we've all set.
It's just as preposterous as Don Jr., who can't go a day without shoving copious amounts of cocaine up his nose.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But, I mean, it is the kind of energy I think Democrats really want to see right now. He really met the moment. They want to see the forcefulness. We want to see the strength and just like, as he said, like standing up for empathy in this macho way.
Right. I want to see more big dick energy like that. Big Democratic energy. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I want to say that one of the more interesting interviews that I watched, and again, I don't know how the fuck I ended up on this podcast where now I'm watching Tucker Carlson on a regular basis. I did not sign up for this, but either way, watching Tucker Carlson interview George Santos and saying that like everyone in Congress is just fucking drunk all the time. I have thoughts about George Santos and the amount of filler that man has in his face.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
What is he going to do? So he goes to prison tomorrow and has to serve his 8-year sentence.
87 months.
He's not going to be able to keep up the filler, the lips.
Melt his face.
He's going to come out looking totally different.
He's going to find Jesus.
No, I'm pretty sure his first stop after getting out of there will basically be to his esthetician.
Yes.
But I'm sure that there's probably contraband stuff that you can do in jail. I mean, I've watched enough prison
Don't they
shows.
make alcohol in the toilet bowl?
Yeah, like
They
all sorts of stuff
do.
you can kind of
Yeah.
sort out. So I feel like, and I did watch Ginny and Georgia whilst I was
so good.
and saw her.
I got to the season 3. Haven't. Yeah.
Well, she's in prison in the last season. In
Yes,
the
she
most recent
is.
season, and she's
She's-
doing contraband stuff. So I'm
Yes.
pretty sure he'll be able to access something.
He'll be fine. But it's just fucking ridiculous to me that like Tucker Carlson goes on these interviews as almost like a very news, like presents it very news, right? And he talks about how he got fired from Fox News and he kind of frames it to George as like when you kind of got fired from Congress. And it's like, because the dude fucking lied and broke a ton of fucking laws and we're going to go on and just gossip with each other. It's basically girls gossiping and being pissed off about their lot in life and it's everyone else's fault. So George is talking about everyone is drunk in Congress.
I'm not surprised by that,
No,
honestly.
not
because
surprising.
Some of the behavior you see from these people, like the screaming and yelling, the public screaming and yelling while they're out on the floor and after they have a big vote, you see a bunch of guys high-fiving or slapping each other's asses and stuff. I don't know. That's not totally normal behavior.
I would drink too if I was in Congress.
But
Let's
I do
be real.
think you've got to always remember that it's a majority men that are in there. So
True.
remember that. And so I think that is part of the MO is like boys drinking together at like lunch and whatever. And I think it's a generational thing. Like I think there's old white men drinking at lunchtime.
3 martinis.
3 martinis. No, they're probably not even. They'll be like
Scotch.
Scotch.
Our legislators do that here, though.
Yeah.
We've seen them drunk. I
Yeah.
mean, people say Dana Polhanke shows up at city council meetings.
Allegedly.
wasted.
Allegedly.
I said people say Dana Polhanke shows up at city council meetings wasted all the time. So we've seen other people drunk.
So I'm
George
going to
Santos has been drunk,
But
but he's been on the floor.
Yeah.
Can I put a complaint in though? So that's the antithesis of what we experience at democratic events.
Yes.
When they cut off the drinks.
You get one drink ticket.
One drink ticket, and then
No.
they cut it off as soon as the speeches start,
It's
and they
bullshit.
keep it. So
I have been at lobbying groups in Lansing. I have been in these places where they have these lobbying events. There is liquor everywhere.
Exactly.
First of all, where they hold most of these events is at the beer and wine wholesalers in the fucking basement.
Yes, and the beer and wine wholesalers, the liquor distributors, they are big time PAC money.
Yeah.
They do a lot of donating to a
That's
lot of
right.
candidates in Michigan. Speaking of one in particular.
Okay, so I know where you're going with this, and I just want to say, get ready, guys, because campaign finance reports are out, and we may have picked through some of the finer points in our Senate candidates. Mm-hmm. So, Adrienne.
Yes, tell me. Give me all the juicy gossip. Give me all the tea.
out of everybody running for Senate, so that's Haley Stevens, Mallory McMorrow, and Abdul El-Sayed, Haley Stevens is the only one really taking from any fucking PAC that will give to her.
She also didn't raise as much as the other two.
It's like not even fucking close. She raised like 10 cents, okay? And that was from DTE.
Right. I mean, I have to preface this for our audience to say that, like, I have no love for Haley Stevens. I don't give a shit if you want to come at me in the DMs or whatever. I don't like her. I never have. She's come at me for certain things. I think she's inappropriate. I think she takes shitty money from shitty donors. And I can't wait to see her lose in the primary, so I never have to hear about her ever again.
Let's talk about a few people she took money from, including the wine and spirits wholesalers.
Okay.
Okay. She took $5,000 from them. Some of the bigger ones, though, United Wholesale Mortgage PAC, $10,000. That's like a billionaire who runs his company that it's run so poorly. There's an entire Reddit dedicated to people saying how shitty that company is and how horrible it was to work for. But she took money
it's
from
in
them.
Pontiac, so
Yeah.
it is a huge company.
Yeah,
Walmart.
Dow Inc.
Dow.
DTE, she took $5,000 from. National Beer Wholesalers, $5,000. A lot of those people were the ones who don't want to raise the minimum wage.
Yeah, exactly.
Capital One Financial Corporation,
Yeah.
Comcast, Goldman Sachs.
Home Depot Inc., who we know they're
Oh.
prolific MAGA sponsors.
So why do you, once again, I'm going to ask the question, why do you think that like all these MAGA people throw money? I mean, I know they throw it both sides, but they're specifically targeting Haley because they know that she's like...
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Because she's not really a Democrat. She's not progressive.
So that's the point, right?
She's not. And she will, like, I've told people before who are not specifically involved in politics that if they want to know about what a candidate is, what they stand for, like, go dig around their campaign finance disclosures. I'm like, you can do that online. These are the people who are buying your candidate. And these are the people who are buying her at the end of the day.
So Abdul takes zero PAC money. He refuses to take $1. Mallory will not take corporate PAC money, but she will take some PAC money.
Well, I mean, there are PACs. I mean, I think we have to be really open and let people know there are some PACs that are not corporate PACs. Like Femmes for Dems is a PAC. So if you're an organisation, even a community organisation that wants to give money to candidates, then you have to become a PAC and you need to like basically do campaign finance stuff.
But you can dig around and find out what those PACs' values are, and you can do the research on your own. But you can see this. You can see the money that she is taking. National Association of Realtors, which is one of the largest Republican lobbying groups in the country. So, you know, that's where people are aligning with. If they're literally telling you what kind of policy she's going to write.
So she took money from them?
Yeah. National Association of Realtors is $3,000, at least according to this line item.
Yeah, but it's never huge. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a Michigan Senate race, right? Like, and it's never ever, like, we don't see big, like, you know, $100,000 at this point of the game. It's pretty early on.
No, that'll come next year.
Correct. Yeah. This is early on. So this is like, you know, just drop in the ocean.
MasterCard's on here. You know, when you start to see like big financial institutions, they want to make sure that they're protected. Deloitte, that they, you know, they want exorbitant fees. They want to be able to charge people more money. So it's very telling where all this stuff is going to lead.
The corporate PAC money is one of the biggest things wrong with politics in America right now. And that's why I'm proud to say that soon enough we will be launching a ballot initiative here in Michigan where we're going to try to take some of this corporate PAC money out of Lansing. So if you've, you know, gotten contracts from the government, you cannot give corporate PAC money. It's too clear that these people are paying to play.
Yeah. I think I saw a meme somewhere where they're like, hey, can we make our politicians like our race cars where they have to wear the labels, brands of the money that they took, like on their suit jackets?
We should.
I mean, you should, like, let's have some transparency here and see who's bought and paid for.
We can do some AI versions of that.
Yeah. I love that. I love that for us. So, I mean, PAC money aside, like one of the things I kind of noticed in one of the interviews that we will talk about later is Epstein, right? The Epstein stuff keeps coming up.
We have to keep talking about Epstein because Trump doesn't want us to.
Exactly.
And the last time that we sat here and we spoke about Epstein and what was going on, and honestly, in between, I've had like 150 Negronis in Italy. I had no fucking idea that we would be coming back 2 weeks later and sitting here and still talking about Epstein. But I'm totally here for it.
I'm here for it too. It's making him so angry that he's actually admitting that he's using former President Obama as a distraction.
Yeah.
From
he
Epstein.
literally just said it yesterday morning in an interview. Whenever anyone asks him a question he doesn't want to answer, he talks about Obama. I mean, he said it. It's he doesn't even hide like his disdain for the truth anymore. But the thing about this Epstein list is we all fucking know it exists. There's a woman sitting in jail over it right now. We have woman after woman coming out of the woodwork saying this happened. If we simply believed these women,
believe them,
we don't need the list. They're out there. They've said this has happened to me.
So Ghislaine Maxwell, as you said, she's sitting in jail. But let's back it up a little bit because Trump's really pissy about the fact that the Wall Street Journal released that birthday card, which actually Ghislaine actually put that birthday book together for his 50th birthday.
Maybe that's
so
the list.
Fucking hilarious. But yeah. And now he's suing Murdoch as well. Like all of that is like, but I did hear.
So he's suing Murdoch.
Yeah.
As J.D. Vance goes to visit Murdoch.
Yes.
Oh, we all know what's going on there. We know exactly what's going on there. And now I'm having to choose between who's the worst, see you next Tuesday, Murdoch or Trump. Like it's making me feel very
They're both
torn
horrible.
on this.
Horrible.
But Ghislaine, they've actually just subpoenaed her. So they're actually going there. Yesterday, they basically approved a subpoena. So we are going to find out. It's getting closer and closer. But what we do need to start looking for is the pardon. I'm very concerned that part of this is going to be, do you think he's going to give her a pardon?
No, because it'd be too obvious.
That would make him look even more guilty.
Oh, you know
but like,
what?
who's subpoenaing her?
Congress.
Congress
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
But, I thought that they were going to go on recess because Mike Johnson's like, I don't want to deal with this Epstein
So,
shit.
yeah, I mean, 2 days ago, Mikey, in the evening was just kind of like, nope, Congress is closed.
Yeah, we're shutting down for a while.
Not going to talk about because of all the forced votes.
Yeah.
They don't want the Republicans to continually put themselves in a bad place with the MAGA majority.
Why do we think that they're so upset about this? Because it feels like nothing, him being a convicted rapist, nothing has been a deal breaker.
Because they tied themselves into knots over this shit.
So they created this narrative while Joe Biden was in office to try to take Joe Biden and other Democrats down. This is a conspiracy.
I think it's before that, Gina, because remember we had Pizzagate. Before Joe Biden was in, we had Pizzagate. This has been something they've been creating for so long.
Pedophiles and human trafficking are a very big issue for the MAGAs.
Exactly. So this is a long...
They ramped it up when Biden was in office, and this was something that all of their MAGA influencers were really heavily leaning into, which is why we're seeing so much pushback from these MAGAs now, right? So this was a conspiracy they created to try to take Democrats down. I don't know.
But I think on top of that...
Projection.
It is projection, but think about it. What are they going to do now in terms of they think all the trans, all gay people are grooming and pedophiles, all this sort of stuff. And now it's like, oh, it's our own people. Do you think that's why they're upset? They can't.
I mean, you've heard Hunter Biden, right? Like, what did he say? 45% of straight white men are the biggest problem lawbreakers in this country. This cognitive dissonance. We know there's a list. We know Trump's on it. Him and Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were together constantly. They were fucking next door neighbors, basically, in southern Florida. Trump's own comments about women just, in a few years when she's old enough for me, all the photos, the internet is fucking forever. All the photos that are coming out. We know that he's a predator. He's a convicted, fucking adjudicated rapist. But they're tying themselves into knots over this because this was a conspiracy of their own making. Mm-hmm. This is what not thinking about how Trump is probably on this list. Trump is literally besties with a human trafficking
Oh, yeah.
fucking pedophile.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I do still get some
gonna
joy out of this,
agree
right?
with her again? Is that what's happening?
I'm just saying she suggested she wanted to basically do an investigation, and she needed a subject matter expert to head that up. And do you know who she actually picked?
Who?
Matt Gaetz.
Yes.
She suggested Matt Gaetz.
The pedophile. the also person who's been accused of sleeping with underage girls.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you think would happen to them if there is this magic list that someone releases and Trump is actually on it? Like, what would happen to them?
Well, so here's the thing, right? For a dude who claims his innocence, he's not providing the evidence to show he's not on the list.
Right. Methinks one does to protest too much as well.
Do you guys remember Donald Trump Jr. used to tweet about this all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Show us the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Show us the, he'd get
But they've
all
all been
coked up
doing
and
that.
start tweeting, show us the Epstein list.
But they've all been doing that for
years.
This is like basically, and I think that's why the MAGAs are also pissed off, is because they literally thought that he was going to go in and clean everything up and show all of a sudden that Bill Clinton, Barack Obama,
But he's on
that
the
they're all
list.
these Hillary Clinton, that she's drinking the blood of fucking babies and having sex with them in the bottoms of pizza shops.
They thought
that's what they're upset about.
the deep state was one-sided
Correct.
and only Democrats. And now they're learning, I'm sorry, there are secrets everywhere.
You're on the inside too.
They could have just asked us. It's fucking all of it.
I'm really enjoying that they're all being hoisted on their own petard.
Okay,
right? That's my favorite.
Do we really think it's going to make a difference? Because I'm sorry, I'm starting to I just feel like we've just, how many years have we done this?
I feel like if the fucking insurrection didn't make a difference, why would a list make a difference?
And now there are people who are like, the insurrection never happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
And I also have to say that I think there are so many people involved in this and have so much skin in the game when it comes to these tax cuts and everything that's happening, that there is no fucking way that they're all going to leave.
No.
And it doesn't matter. He's a lame duck president anyway. So at the end of the day,
he wants to run again.
They're already printing the merch for it.
Yeah, they're literally trying to get him to do a third term.
I have to say, this is just a personal thing, but we have this, Gina was pointing out, I think, a Reddit something the other day where they were talking about up north in Michigan. There's a whole lot of, because, when you go up north in Michigan, there's always shit tons of, Make America Great Again fucking paraphernalia from signs and banners from 2016 even.
Yeah.
They're really old. In my walk, in the area that I live, that I do every day, and I live in a pretty liberal area, there's only ever been one MAGA, Make America Great Again, Trump sign in that whole area.
Brave.
And it's been there since 2016. It's the same sign. I always kind of get a bit of a giggle out of it. I did a specific walk yesterday to check.
Is it gone?
It's fucking gone.
Oh my God.
It's gone.
I mean, what do you think the indication of that is? Is it people are like, oh, it's Trump and maybe I'm not as on board the Trump train as I used to be? Or
maybe they lost their job due to a Doge cut.
Yeah.
You know what? Judging by the shit that's in the yard of this place, there is a chance.
I mean, it's
I don't
very
know.
possible.
I mean, likely
Yeah.
what generally causes people to change their mind is when something personally affected
Correct.
them.
Yeah.
So.
Two-horse race always backs self-interest. Because I think the reason I mention that, because that area is pretty liberal. You could have, where I live is pretty big balls to put a fucking Trump
they
sign
want
in
to
your front
best
yard,
best
right?
the libs.
It's like,
say fuck you,
yeah,
right,
exactly,
to the libs.
Exactly.
But
So
this
it's interesting.
woman who posted on Reddit was saying she lives far up north and it was very red. And all of the people who have had their MAGA Trump signs out or, let's go Brandon flags on their barns or whatever, it's all coming down slowly but surely.
Well, let's hope that's the actual tide kind of turning against him. I do think if the motherfucker goes to run for a third term or if he somehow tries to suspend elections next year, there's going to be a huge problem with that on both sides of the aisle. I do think that's that's the point, right? The breaking point for people.
Going back to that Mehdi Hasan interview, dude was saying they don't even give a shit about the Constitution anymore.
Yeah,
No, they don't. They think it's like an imaginary document.
It's a pick and choose.
Right. It only works for me, when I want it to, but when it works against me, you can get rid of it. That's pretty
Exactly.
much the the case. You keep saying like Dark Brandon, Let's Go Brandon, which I haven't actually heard in a really long time. But I was at Congregation the other day here in Detroit. It's an amazing cafe. Please don't go there because everyone's discovered it. It's really annoying. Like there was this massive like bike rally, like bicycle rally, where all these boomers were together, like doing a bike thing
we call
through
them,
the neighborhoods.
Were they mammals?
No,
Like-
there's a group that does that regularly.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. But I was also like super annoyed that they were at Congregation. I swear to God, I have a point. So they're all trying to get ready to go. And then they all start yelling, Let's Go Brandon.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I think the
That's
guy
not
was
the-
making a joke because someone's name was actually Brandon. But I was so fucking pissed off that they were there. And, and then they start blasting music. Like, it's
What
a
were
kind
they
of
playing?
No.
Coldplay. Swear to
Okay.
God, they were playing Coldplay.
Are you making this up?
No, I'm not. I don't want anyone coming down like to these places in the city that I've discovered that I can go and get some peace and quiet and like feel like I'm here and part of the fabric of Detroit. But then you're fucking up my vibes with your Coldplay and screaming "Let's Go Brandon" and all
Is
your
this a
bikes.
segue? Are you doing a segue?
Well, I mean, speaking of
works, 'cause
Coldplay, right?
That happened like a week ago now.
The Coldplay
and the
concert.
memes are still coming in.
oh my God.
Oh my
So
God.
I gotta say, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Okay, so like remind everyone out there in case you live
Yeah.
under a rock.
Right.
They were doing like this kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. Like if you've ever seen a kiss cam before and suddenly like it pans to this guy and he's like canoodling, snuggling this woman and it'd be fine except they like immediately broke apart. He hides because he's the fucking
He literally
CEO.
fucking did a crouching tiger, hidden dragon like maneuver to get out of the
But
out of the
how
camera.
fucking stupid. If they had have just kept cuddling,
Yeah,
no one
nobody-
would have given a shit.
Yeah.
But instead, Chris Martin turns around and says either they're having an affair
Right.
or they're really shy.
Yeah.
And then some woman videos the whole thing because they were in a corporate box.
They were in a corporate
Yeah.
box and like you could see like some of the women that were in there too, like the looks on their faces is kind of like, bitch, what do you think's gonna happen? Like you're totally and the woman was like the head of HR. Like
I know, yeah.
HR is always the worst.
Human remains, I call it.
So that CEO came from another company and brought that woman with him
Oh,
to
so
this
this has
company.
been going on forever.
Yes. So
Whoa.
and the other woman standing there in the box was a friend who was also brought over. So there's like this chain migration. They go from company to company together and bring each other along.
Yeah, the memes have been so
but
good.
since then, he's lost his job.
Oh, they've relieved him of his duties.
Yes.
She's definitely going to lose her job. I mean,
And
HR, please.
His wife is currently living her fucking best life.
Good for her.
She put out a statement just being like, this is the most boring fucking shit ever. Don't worry about me. My husband's just another fucking,
mediocre white guy.
Like, just like story as old as time.
they can have each other. I mean, they're at a
Exactly. She's like-
Coldplay concert.
She's already got her finances in order. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
So are you saying-
Changed her name on Facebook. Went back to her maiden name.
So, Gina, are you telling me that she already knew about it, or this was like
It kind of low key felt like
She already knew.
this was the thing where
the straw that broke the camel's back?
Now
we're
she
done.
can make a clean getaway.
Okay, there's my evidence.
There's my
Yeah.
attorney.
So
Here's
correct.
our,
Yeah.
what am I going to get? Here's mediation. I'm taking half your shit.
Global humiliation. Give her everything she wants.
I
I
mean, that's
know.
kind of like the best scenario, right? If you're the one
is.
being cheated on, like if
Have-
you get that global humiliation.
So can I share? I've got a story about being cheated on, and it was
no.
kind of a dramatic experience, which I think is kind of funny at the same time. Like 20 years later, you can laugh at it, right? Literally, I found out that my ex was cheating on me. It was his sister that told me, took me out for drinks. But this is like, think about it. I'm in Hong Kong at this point. My partner at the time was in the Philippines. His sister then tells him that she's told me.
Oh my God.
I get on a plane to go back to Australia from Hong Kong. He chases me on a flight from the Philippines to Hong Kong, running through the HongOng airport. Like, it was
This
hilarious.
is like stalker vibes, though.
I know.
Like, you're literally fleeing the country to get away from him, and he follows you
Back to Australia.
over 3 international borders.
Correct, Gina, correct. It was much easier to travel between borders back then. But yeah, so that's my kind of, that's as dramatic as I got.
So I had a first date at a Coldplay concert with somebody who I then dated on and off for 3 years, who cheated on me.
Oh my God.
There's a thread
The
here.
irony of the Coldplay.
I feel like a
Madison Square Garden. We had box seats.
Wow.
And
Was he the head of HR or the CEO of the company?
No. He actually didn't work for the company at all. It was a girlfriend of mine who gave us the tickets.
I feel like it's very white, isn't it? Like a Coldplay concert,
Yes.
the CEO
Chris
with the
Martin.
HR. Like it all feels very like, mediocre white guy vibes.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I've never seen Coldplay in concert. I do like Coldplay. Like, I can get down with some Coldplay. I'll admit that here. It's, you got to be in the mood for it. It's got to be context, right? But like, I don't know if I'd go out of my way to pay for tickets. Like, I'm getting ready to go see Nine Inch Nails in a couple weeks.
Oh, I would see that.
So I'm a little
saw
on board
Nine
with
Inch
that.
Nails. That's my favorite concert ever.
Ever?
I was a senior in high school, and Nine Inch Nails, once again, box seats, Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
Best show I ever saw.
I got 2 tickets. I don't know who I'm taking with me yet.
You're taking me.
I'm very excited.
You're
Peel
not
it back
fucking
to her.
taking a man, I will tell you that.
I will take a friend.
Hunter
It'll be fun.
Biden.
Hunter Biden. You're
I will
listening?
allow a Hunter Biden.
You want to go to Nine Inch Nails with me? Yeah, that'll be super, super
I
fun.
bet you he rocks out,
I
too.
bet.
I want to fuck you like an animal.
Yeah, I mean, he's
could see
got the F-bombs down. He's got the F-bomb. Well, the CEO thing just kind of like, it definitely strikes a chord because it seems like every summer we have like a new sacrifice that we're making, a new CEO sacrifice, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we haven't had a whale or a submarine incident, but we'll take the Coldplay concert.
I'll take a Coldplay concert in worldwide humiliation any day.
Although actually, one of the Heritage Foundation founders kicked the bucket the other day.
No, what?
We spoke about this yesterday.
How old was he?
And I have to say,
He's old.
I don't want to be an asshole. Am I the asshole? But I basically said, well, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Like it was kind
Thoughts
of
and
a fuck
chairs.
off. Yeah, exactly.
Thoughts
Thoughts and chairs. Oh man. I mean, so speaking of thoughts and chairs, you guys, another interview. There's so many interviews to watch this week. Everybody's doing their news circus.
This is 'cause everyone is so fucking thirsty, all right? It's just
Or
like,
they have nothing else to do right now because like they're on summer break or whatever and they're doing all these interviews. But Matt Maddock was out, and I hate Matt Maddock.
Reminder, he's a state rep here in
He's a
Michigan.
state representative. He's over in Milford. He votes no on everything.
another dude who's fucking drunk all the time.
Oh my
he
God.
is,
Like,
yeah.
so he went on to this like PBS show.
Yeah.
Like what's this PBS show called? It's like Off the Record.
Off the
right?
Record.
Which is kind of feels like our podcast a little bit. Like, so he's
Yeah.
meeting with all of these different news outlets and calling them fake news, like to their faces.
He's going on the news to call them fake news.
to go, yes, literally.
He's
like
so fucking
platforming
thirsty,
himself.
though. He wants to be on TV, and he doesn't trust the media. It's like, what? Your brain is mush.
He's getting on there whilst he still can because they won't have any money shortly after all the cuts. So
Right.
he's basically doing
he
the
was
rounds.
probably drunk while he was on there.
It was a bonkers interview, though. Like, him talking is so confusing to me. He just makes all these wild accusations, and as soon as they start like pressing him, like, well, do you have the numbers or do you have a story for that? He just like goes off on some bonkers tangent.
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. I just
No.
want to say that. He's not a smart man.
Why are they platforming this guy, though? They didn't have
He's a
anyone
state rep.
better.
People voted for him.
So let me
There
play
are
the clip,
110
guys.
state reps. You don't have anyone better who's available to interview?
So he said 2 really whacked out things, okay? Matt Maddock, Michigan State Rep, is blaming Russian interference.
Of the state house and the state senate have passed to the governor 6 bills so far this entire calendar year. We haven't seen this level of futility from the legislature
That's a good
since
thing,
1940,
because the
when they didn't even meet, Representative. So you're saying this is a good thing? You guys have only passed 6 bills when you usually pass 180 by this point?
Because the fewer things we do in Lansing typically is better for everyone in Michigan. And because the Democrats aren't going to do anything good for Michigan. The handful of bills that have been passed have been nonpartisan, just do nothing bills, to be honest with you.
So Matt Maddock goes on this PBS show to try to say that, Russia is controlling the Epstein files to take Trump down.
Yeah.
It's like the most insane thing.
At least he didn't blame Obama. So he
No.
didn't do that whole line of thinking that it was Obama's fault. But like he did go on this tangent about Russia planting the Epstein stuff to be a distraction.
Exactly.
I love it. Like when we need Russia's help, then we're gonna use Russia. But we want to blame Russia. We're gonna blame Russia.
This was a few years after we vehemently deny that Russia had any interference in our elections.
Exactly.
We're now going to blame them when it's convenient. But the other thing Matt Maddock said was he goes on television to openly gush about how government is at its best when it does nothing. Because they happen to bring up in the interview that this current Michigan State House has passed the least amount of legislation ever in history, 6 bills. And usually at this point in time, there are well over 100 pieces of legislation passed. And Matt Maddock is like, yeah, that's the best when we don't do anything.
It's literally ground to a halt. They cannot, July 1st was the date they were supposed to get to the budget, right? To like agree on the budget. It is not July 1st anymore. We are well into the 3rd week of July here. And now like city governments, county governments, they're starting, and school systems starting to freak out a little bit because they can't plan without this budget being done. This is money that we get from the state that they're going to have to start making some really hard cuts at the city, county, and education level. And that's got implications for people.
Let's play the clip.
Yeah. Play that beautiful bean footage.
Percent of the state house and the state senate have passed to the governor 6 bills so far this entire calendar year. We haven't seen this level of futility from the legislature
That's a good
since
thing,
1940, when they didn't even meet, Representative. So you're saying this is a good thing? You guys have only passed 6 bills when you usually pass 180 by this point?
Because the fewer things we do in Lansing typically is better for everyone in Michigan. Because the Democrats aren't going to do anything good for Michigan. The handful of bills that have been passed have been nonpartisan, just do nothing bills, to be honest with you.
That's fucking crazy. Like, why do you have a job then?
We're paying him, and he wants to sit there and do nothing but drink.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
Allegedly.
Oh, no, we know that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We've seen that. We have
allegedly.
evidence. I don't know what to say to that apart from, like, it does feel like that a lot of the time. It does feel like so much of the works are just so fucking gummied up, and there's a lot of them that are like, well, if I don't do anything, no one can like be pissed off at me.
But
Am I
for
right?
them, it's just like willfully, we're not going to like work with the Democrats at all.
This is what they're spending their time on. Okay, so the House is meeting. They've made all these new committees, like the Weaponization of Government Committee that insurrectionist Angela Regas leads, or like Election Integrity Committee that they have Rachel Smith, who is an election denier, running. So they have all of these crazy committees going on, and they're subpoenaing people left and right. So just on Tuesday, they released a whole slew more of subpoenas. So they're basically just spending the year going on some war path to try to settle old political scores instead of doing anything to help the people of Michigan.
Yeah. We need a budget. We need them to function. We need them to pass legislation that actually fucking matters. And we need them to do it now. And we got Matt Maddock being trotted out on a platform to basically say that
To brag
that government shouldn't work. That it's better for Michiganders if government doesn't actually work.
So we have the highest unemployment rate in the nation right now. We have 3 of our biggest employers losing billions of dollars. We have grocery prices, beef going through the roof. That's the new eggs right now. I don't know if you've gone to
I don't
Kroger
eat red
recently.
meat, so I don't have that problem at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to have to rely on you, Gina.
Yeah.
We're about to have the biggest healthcare crisis of the century.
Yep.
And the Republicans want to sit around and do fuck all.
So I just want to point out that we did predict a recession
Yes.
and broke girl summer,
Yes.
and it is absolutely fucking happening. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear anyone talking about it. It's really weird to me
Yeah.
that it's like, okay, I feel like this is happening.
I mean,
but
I have
no one
to
seems
say,
yeah.
like we're hiring right now for a position, which is fantastic for our company, right? But we got 34 applications in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
That is a lot of people to apply for this job in that short of a time span. I had to like stop I had to pause it.
And you're in a niche.
Very
you know?
niche.
Yeah.
Very niche. And to me, that's not a sound economic indicator that people are not like actively looking. And a lot of these people's resumes, they've been out of work for the last couple months.
Yeah.
Well, and I just read a statistic. The majority of people who graduated from college this year still don't have jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Not to be like all doom and gloom about all of the things, but like it's definitely been a lot harder out there for people, and the Republicans don't give a shit.
But I feel like even the mainstream media, I feel like the bells would have been ringing much earlier than this.
Yeah.
Like just not hearing them. It's kind of interesting.
Well,
but anyway.
we're being distracted by other stuff
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
You know?
Epstein and co, yeah.
And like our media is all bought out now by far right billionaire owners who don't want to talk about
They
it.
probably
Like
don't even
CBS.
know, to be honest.
Or they want their mergers to go through.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay, so we're back this week. We had a little hiatus last week. This is all very heavy. It can be kind of hard sometimes, but I need a vacation.
This is why I watch my TikToks.
This is why you watch. That's where you got to get your dopamine. I need a date. That's where I get my dopamine.
Yeah, I feel like TikToks doesn't. Some of it gives me joy. What in TikTok are you getting joy out of, Gina?
Well, there's just like a lot of funny stuff happening right now. So I'll tell you, one of the videos that went viral that I really enjoyed was this woman complaining. Okay, she owns this farm and she rents it out to Airbnb. And she made a video complaining about how she spent all this time cleaning up the farmhouse and setting everything up, and only to have her customers show up to her property and then immediately leave 5 minutes later.
I want my
Now,
money back.
Let me take
Why?
a guess.
Why would she do that?
Why did these people get driven off this land
What
so
would
quickly?
drive you off the land? What if you arrived at an Airbnb? Why would you just turn around and leave?
I mean, I've definitely come to some Airbnbs that were fucking janky, but I didn't leave.
It
Probably.
wasn't because it was dirty.
Rats,
it wasn't
no?
because the home didn't look like as it was pictured. It was because they had a fucking Trump flag flying outside of the property.
And they're surprised.
Yeah.
This person is
This
surprised.
woman had no fucking clue that this could be off-putting to people.
So she's obviously all okay with the Epstein stuff. She's not one
Or
of
she's
the-
not paying attention quite at all.
I don't know. If I pulled up to an Airbnb and they had a Confederate flag or a Let's Go Brandon or anything of that, I'd be like, no, I'm not fucking giving these people my money. I'm out of here.
I mean, I did go to an Airbnb in Traverse City like several years ago when my brother and sister-in-law got married. And there was no Trump flag. It was 2017. But like behind the couch, they had like these stacks of books. Very top was The Art of the Deal. And I was like,
I would have thrown it out.
I was like, I did not do that. I did not throw it away. But I was showing my ex-husband.
I do
like,
that. So
hey.
I'm the person, like, I'll go to the bookstore, and if there's like a Trump book, like I'll put like an Obama one in front of it. Like I do that all
You're
the
going
time.
to the wrong bookstores, Gina.
Follow us
You have
for
to go
more
to
hot
Sidetrack.
tips. Yes.
Sidetrack. They don't
More
have
tips.
any.
So that was in Traverse City?
Yes.
So another thing on TikTok that recently went viral that was giving me pleasure. Okay, I really hate to admit this, but I will.
Okay.
For you guys.
Just us, just the people in this room.
Paris Hilton came up in my feed. I don't know why the algorithm fed me that, but she was talking to her husband, who is apparently from the Traverse City area.
Really?
They were having this
They're out in a boat.
They were having this conversation where, you know, now that they have children, he's like, I want us to spend our summers in Traverse City.
What?
And she was like,
Please, God, no.
ew, why? And he was like, well, where would you spend your summers? She's like, Europe. like we're normal, like the Amalfi Coast.
Right.
I don't know.
Ibiza?
Exactly, like normal, like billionaire summer spots. And I'm in my brain. So Julie and I are not from Michigan, and Traverse City is lovely for a few days.
Yes.
I'm going to take Paris's side here. I don't know how you feel as a Michigander, but I couldn't spend a whole summer there.
I like Traverse City. You've got a comment.
They stayed there the whole fucking summer?
That's what her husband was arguing
I thought it
for.
was just like a day.
No,
or like
he
a couple
wanted
of
to
days.
spend his summers there.
So,
I just
listen.
saw her on the boat in Traverse City, and I'm like, oh, what do you do? Like, the whole thing made no sense to me.
I think
obviously turned it
everyone-
off quickly.
Like, Traverse City is lovely, but I'm kind of with you. I'm not going to spend my entire summer up there. It definitely gets super congested and it's very touristy at some points.
I was there for a week and I got bored.
Yeah.
I think that's the point. I mean, I love Traverse City. Don't get me wrong. That's one of the places in Michigan that I'll happily go to for a weekend.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine spending an entire summer with kids.
With
Because
kids.
you're right. It would be like, how do you entertain them? I'm sure they
It's
don't
a
drink
lot.
mimosas and
It's a
fucking
lot.
Negronis. So,
But
anyway.
I think there's also other places in Michigan
Yeah.
that are maybe less tapped. You know, there's the Petoskey's, Sheboygan, Alpena, but not for an entire summer.
Yeah.
And I think as Michiganders, people who are not super fucking wealthy, like Paris Hilton, you don't spend your summer away. You still have to work. You
Yeah.
still have to go to your job. You know, you don't get 3 months off.
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
But with remote work, more and more people are
That's
doing
true,
that
the
stuff.
digital
they are
nomad
going up
shit.
north or doing that.
But it's
yeah.
different than
Yeah.
just cocktailing and being in Greece or Crete or wherever the fuck she was going. But I dig Traverse City. I like Traverse City. I hate the drive to Traverse City. There's no direct way to get there.
Yeah.
That makes me crazy.
Yeah, you're on a 2-lane road.
And I need people to go faster. Get the fuck out of my way.
I love going up north, but for me, I like going up to Pictured Rock. I want to go to the UP.
Yeah. Oh, you
'Cause then
want to
I
go
feel
UP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go up to the UP and then I feel like I'm removed from society. But I'm
you are.
also in a beautiful, picturesque place where I can just have a beach to myself,
Yes.
literally.
Yeah.
I can just go and walk down a path and have a mile of beachfront to myself.
There's nobody up there. That's
or
why.
I can go on a little hike and see a beautiful waterfall. So if I'm going anywhere in Michigan for a vacation, I'm going to the UP.
So I need beach and martinis. So I hear you. It's
have
very
to bring
pretty.
your own
It's up
gin.
there. Yeah, no. And I need to have someone you can't make a martini at Pictured Rock. So
No.
Anyway, the food, me, I'm always looking for food and, nice beaches. So
Yeah,
it makes it a little bit
absolutely.
difficult. But
Well-
but Traverse City does have a bit of that. So I want to say shout out to Traverse City. It is a cute little town and there are some nice restaurants and bars and it is really pretty there.
I don't think the people who are native to Traverse City either want people just being there for months at a time.
And not Paris Hilton, wouldn't that
No.
bring in
Oh,
the pack?
no.
Paris would invite Pete Buttigieg on her boat up there.
Maybe. I don't know. Are they friends?
I mean, I would have to imagine that. How many people really grew up there? Is it possible her husband knows Chaston? Maybe they went to high school
They went
together.
to high school together.
Actually, you're onto something. That might be the case. Interesting.
6 degrees of separation.
Interesting.
Their
You know?
parents could be friends.
They
you don't
could
know.
be. They could. I don't know. Well, we're well into vacation season here. I can't believe we're almost done with July. It's insane to me. It's always a pleasure talking with you ladies. I'm glad to be back, sorta, this week. Yeah.
I'm not. I preferred Negronis and Venice. Sorry about that, folks. Tuscany was a little more appealing. But anyway, I am excited to be back here.
Yes. We're excited too. Well,
Yeah. Well, I just want to tell our followers, please send us some good comments because the DMs lately have not been kind. They have not been. I would read them, but first of all, most of the people sending them to me do not know proper grammar.
Of course not.
So you can't read them because there are a lot of spelling errors. I'm getting a lot of yours YOUR instead of apostrophe RE. So leave us a comment, send us a DM, give us a review, but make it kind and spell correctly.
That's right. You spell check.
that's right. Well, ladies, we'll
Cancel out a MAGA's comment, please.
cancel out a Maga's comment. That's all from us today. Really appreciate you all listening in. Don't forget to follow, share, subscribe at Point of Disorder.
And we'll see you next Thursday.
See you then. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Point of Disorder. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who listened today. And if you like us, give us a like, a subscribe, or a review on any place you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Distill Social and at The Guerrilla Politic. This is the Point of Disorder podcast, signing off. Stay sharp, stay progressive, and above all, stay tuned.